Rawr! In case you're all wondering why I have a Tyrannosaurus Rex on my hand, you will find out when we start the story time. Welcome everybody to Storytime with Shane. As you know, this is Tuesday, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, live on Instagram and Facebook. Today I am dressed up in two costumes. Those of you who know the Big Bang Theory will recognize the Doppler effect. Those of you who don't will just have to appreciate this. Who doesn't love a good puppy? Right? Too cute. So, Doppler effect, Dalmatian. Those of you who are just joining in, you didn't get to see how the show began, but I'll show you. Start with it over here. Oh, little Tyrannosaurus Rex action for y'all. So yeah, Shane Onyou, Storytime with Shane Onyou. Tyrannosaurus Rex from my boss at the costume shop. Let me borrow it. I used to have a dog who wasn't a Dalmatian, but looked kind of similar to a Dalmatian. Her name was Madison. And she was a Blue Heeler Border Collie Jack Russell cross. So kind of a mutt. Very, very, very crazy. Hi, Zach. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying it so far. I know we've just started, but this is my costume for today, the Doppler effect from Big Bang Theory. I'll let you see. A little harder for everybody to see, but there you go. It's the Doppler effect. Or a Dalmatian. Or, for me, I would just have to paint the one ear black. Madison, my old dog, so I'm paying tribute to her. That's kind of where we are today. So let's get started. Let's start off with our fact for today. Take this off so I can breathe. It's hard to breathe in that for whatever reason. Whew. Blocking my nose. Put it on after. So we'll start with the fact, then we'll build a little fort. And then we'll get on to story time. Sound good to you guys? Sounds good to me. Alright, so starting off with our fact. Let's see if I can't get the book in here. There we go. Where did Tyrannosaurus Rex roam? Ooh, question. And I've got the world map here, and it shows the different dinosaurs and where they came from on the Earth. So the Tyrannosaurus Rex stamped through the ancient forests of western North America. So that's where we live, those of you who are keeping track. So western North America, so up in here, just showing a little space, but we found the bones up here, so it's all cool. Scientists know this because they have found fossilized bones from the Tyrannosaurus Rex, also called T-Rex for short, in these places. This map shows where on Earth some dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. So we'll go to that question after. So let's look. I'll show up close. I'll get a little closer so everybody can see it. I don't really need to be in it. So the Tyrannosaurus Rex, northwestern America. It says Montana there, but we found bones up here. See, so you can see it there and there. Right? Then we got the Triceratops, and they've got it that they found it down in California, USA. So down in the States. Then we've got down here, ooh, Giganotosaurus. Ooh, that's a hard one. In Argentina was where they found that one. So down here in South America. Then we've got up here the Archaeopteryx, which looks like it's a flying one, which we'll get to afterwards, but that's found in Germany, so in Europe, up here. Then we've got the velociraptor. Ooh, one of the most vicious, but smaller than T-Rex, right? But still, it's got those claws. And it was found in the Gobi Desert in Mongolia. Ooh, crazy. So that's the velociraptor up there in Mongolia. Then we have got the Spinosaurus in Egypt. So in the tip of the continent of Africa in Egypt there. See it up there? And that's where you found this guy. And then, did we get everybody? Yep, we got everybody on here. So this map shows the modern day names for the areas where dinosaurs were once named. So like they got Velociraptor, Gobi Desert, Mongolia, you know, and they did that Tyrannosaurus Rex, Montana, USA. But I'm going to say Alberta, Canada as well. So then over here, it asks us a question, and I'm going to put it out to you, and you can all let me know. What is your favorite dinosaur? And why? Maybe you could put in the comments, what's your favorite dinosaur and why? My favorite dinosaur is the pterodactyl. And I'm not even sure, I used to watch the Flintstones a lot, and I loved it when the flying dinosaurs would come in and do crazy things. So that's why the pterodactyl's my favorite. So what's your favorite? Maybe put it in the comments. And even if you know a little fact, you can put it in the comments as well. If not, that's cool as well. But that fact came from our little kids' first big book of Where, from the National Geographic Kids collection. And Jill Esbaum is responsible for this one, apparently. So if you're all looking for that, that's what that is. All right. Those of you who joined in on Thursday, we had discussed T-Rex. I don't know why I like it, how big it is, and I like how big it is, and it has cute little small little arms. Yeah, it sure does. They can't really do much that small. Well, I'm sure they do enough because he survived, right? So what do you know? So now it is time to build a fort. So hopefully you're all in your living room, and it doesn't need to be anything elaborate, just somewhere where we can sit and share story time today. So what I'm going to do, I've moved from the drag pit because there's not much room in there in the dungeon. So I came up and I invaded my mother's space. So, hi Bauer. Hi. Any other kids? Did I miss any? Let me just check before you guys start. Zach, my Dalmatian mask is awesome. Thank you. I love it too. Secret. I found it at not the dollar store, but a dollar store. Let's see, did I miss any other kids? Not there. Okay, let's check over here. Hopefully you guys are starting your forts. I would sure love to see some pictures of your forts later on and tag me so I can see them. Oh, I don't even know how to say that. A Dilophosaurus? I don't know if I got that right. I'd love to see a picture of that. So I'd love to see a picture of your favorite dinosaur or your fort that you're going to build with me in your living rooms. So let's everybody get building a fort. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just somewhere where we can sit and share our stories for today. So we're going to do it fairly quickly. I brought some blankets. I got some pillows. I got the couch here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to build some walls. Yep. I need some walls in my fort. And I need somewhere to sit my bum for when we do story time. I need my trusty, one of my trusty story time blankets right here for my seat. Yeah, yeah. Now, oh, I don't know. It's not going to work the way I want it to. Oh, you know what? It might. We're going to change this up. I hope you guys are making your forts. This is the fun part. Oh, no, it's all fun. What am I saying? Yeah, this is looking better already. Yep. You guys building your forts? I hope so. Okay. Oh my. If I had more time, I'd build like really big, I'd put chairs. Oh, yes. And I need this for my bum. Yeah, yeah, looking good. How you guys making out with your forts? Yeah? I hope you're building, yay forts, I hope you're building one. There's one of my drag babies. Not officially my child, but one of the ones that I talk to outside of drag on. Hey, Defrost! How you doing? We should do a story time together. Smother too. I saw Smother at one point. I don't know if they're still here, but I'd love to do story times with you guys. We could even do a Zoom room. Ooh, that would be fun. All right. Holy, I am out of shape. I'm out of breath from building this fort. That's okay, because we are ready for story time. Now, let's see if I can't fix the camera better so you can see a little better for both of you guys. Oh my. Shane needs to do some exercise. I should be doing exercise during this, but I'm not yet. It's not over yet. All right, are we all comfy cozy? You love forts? I hope you built one. There's lots of people cheering for forts. I really want to see some pictures on my timeline or on my Instagram of all your forts, because it'd be so much fun. And this is Chateau Shane, and I can lay down in it. I'm not going to lay down right now. I made it so that I could lay down. I'm going to have a nap after story time. So we're going to get going with story time. We're going to start with our first book. Catch my breath. Are you guys ready for the first book? I hope so. All right, here we go. First book, Angus All Aglow. And this was donated to me by a good friend of mine from the burlesque community and a parent, and she donated a bunch of these books. So this is Angus All Aglow by Heather Smith and Alice Carter. All right, are we ready? Let's make sure. Ooh! I think I'm a little old to be sitting on the ground, but I might need help getting up off the floor afterwards. But I'll shut the camera off before that so you guys don't see that. Angus All Aglow. Angus liked sparkly things. Ooh, so do I. I love sparkly things. Who doesn't love sparkly things? Give me a heart or a thumbs up. The rainbow sequins on his sister's tutu. The sun's reflection on Barker Lake in the summer. The diamond studs on the collar of his dog, Sherlock. Anybody out there, can you tell me? Oh, I see hearts. Can you tell me what bird loves sparkly things? It's also the smartest bird. And Shane's favorite. Did you guys see the pictures? Yeah, okay, cool. Angus likes sparkly words, too. Lustrous rolled off his tongue. Scintillating made his eyebrows dance. Ooh, can you make your eyebrows dance? Ooh. Just saying the word gleaming made his mouth smile. Everybody smile big. Smile with whoever's in the story time with you. There we go. Isn't that fun? Glistening was his favorite, because hidden in glistening is listening. And Angus liked sparkly things so much he felt as though he could hear them. The nighttime stars crackled like campfire. The metal taps on his sister's dance shoes whiz-bang popped like fireworks. His sapphire-studded scissors sizzled like frying bacon. Can you guys hear all those sounds? Crows and magpies. Yes! My favorites, the crows and ravens. Magpies are in that family, though. So there you go. There's all the sparkly sounds. Do you guys like sparkly sounds? Can you see my tattoo of my ravens on my arms and hands? You think I like ravens? I don't know. Angus's favorite sparkly things were all of Grandma June's necklace. Wait, can I try that sentence again? Because I'm gonna. Angus's favorite sparkly things of all was Grandma June's necklace. It had 5 strands of colorful glass beads that sounded like popcorn being popped in a metal pot. One day, Grandma June noticed Angus admiring her necklace. She slipped it over his head. "It's all yours," she said. Angus felt a twinkling deep inside his belly, and it was his inner sparkle, fizzy and warm. Angus glowed from the inside out. You see my favorite necklace? I have a favorite necklace too. Look at that. It's not a bunch of different colors, but it's my favorite necklace. And it does sparkle in the light. So there, see? He's got Grandma's necklace on now. Talk about lucky, eh? Grandma's pretty cool. The next morning, Angus decided to wear Grandma June's necklace to school. His sister said, "Angus, that necklace doesn't really match the rest of your outfit. Why don't you wear a scarf instead?" Angus said, "Scarves don't sparkle." That's not true. But anyways, I digress. Here we go. His father said, "Why don't you save the necklace for a special occasion like Mardi Gras?" Angus said, "Why can't every day be Mardi Gras?" I like that. That's a great theory. His mother said, "Angus, the thing is, that necklace is really bright." Angus said, "That's the point." I agree. Say it loud and proud, right? Don't let anybody stifle you. Heads turned as Angus walked into his classroom. Could they hear the popping too? Johnny Cole put his face in his hands and yelled, "My eyes! My eyes!" Others joined in, "Too bright! Too bright!" Brett Andrews said, "Sparkles, Angus! Sparkles?" His classmates' laughter was like a downpour of freezing rain. Angus ran into the hallway where his inner sparkle fizzled like a wet firecracker. He tried to pull the necklace over his head, but the strands twisted together. The thick loop got caught on his ear. Angus yanked hard. The glass beads seemed to lose their color as they bounced off the floor. The only sound Angus could hear was a shower of sad plinkety-plinks. Uh-oh. He broke the necklace. Just then, Melody Daniels appeared. She stepped into the hallway. Her foot bumped a lone bead. It rolled toward Angus. It seemed to move in slow motion. Angus and Melody followed it with their eyes. They watched as it rolled to a wibbly-wobbly stop against the rubber sole of Angus's sneaker. Angus frowned and kicked the bead away. Then, turning his back on Melody, he walked back into the classroom. Poor Angus is really sad right now. That night, Angus went to his sister's dance recital. Tap shoes glimmered and sequins shimmered, but Angus didn't hear a whiz, a bang, or a pop. At bedtime, Sherlock snuggled in close, but the diamond studs on his collar jabbed and poked. Angus pushed Sherlock away. Oh boy, Angus is having a rough time with this. Very rough time. Hey, Daddy! You just joined. Love you much. My drag father is watching. Well, I don't know if they're still watching, but they popped in anyways. We are going to do a story time together very soon, because we are getting together to discuss that later on. The next morning, under the red maple tree, I got red, this is my red maple tree, Melody was waiting for Angus. In her hand was a brown paper bag. She reached in and scooped out a handful of beads. It was a pretty necklace, she said. It looked like a party on a string. She brought the beads to her ear. Sounds like popping candy. You know, the kind that fizzes in your mouth? My favorite kinds. Suddenly, the world around Angus exploded with sound. Yay, the sound is back. The beads in Melody's hands crick-crack popped like hot corn kernels. The ruby buttons on her cardigan buzzed like a bazillion fireflies. The rainbow ribbons in her hair cling-clang rang like a parade. The two friends sat together, admiring the beads, while the leaves of the red maple sizzled above them. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps. This is so fun. Look at them. Ooh, Melody pulled the ribbon from her hair. Maybe you can make a new necklace. Angus had a better idea. With his sapphire-studded scissors, with, of course, the permission of his parents or teacher or whoever, he snipped the ribbon in two and threaded the beads onto each piece. He struggled to tie the ends. I can help, said Melody. Together they made 2 new bracelets. Angus passed one to Melody. It's all yours. Melody beamed. Oh, I would too. Who doesn't love a good friendship bracelet? Angus clutched the second bracelet in his hand. His fingers tingled as the beads hummed with happiness. But underneath the thrum, 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 Angus could hear a dark whisper. My eyes, my eyes, too bright, too bright. His inner sparkle quivered like a flickering flame. Melody reached out and touched the bracelet. It matches your outfit perfectly, she said. The dark whisper disappeared like a wisp of smoke on a breeze. Angus slipped the bracelet over his hand, and the beads zizzle, zazzle, zapped like lightning on a stormy sky. Look at that. They're electric. A good friend will do that for you. Every head turned as Angus and Melody walked into the classroom. Look at, they're all checking them, because how could you not? Look at the sparkle. I'd be like, yes, 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 queen, and king, and monarch, and everything in between. Angus glowed from the inside out. Oh, 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 such a great story. So it's a heartwarming and sparkly story of friendship. We all glow a little more brightly when we are able to be ourselves. Yes, great lesson in that, that's for sure. We do indeed glow a little bit brighter when we are able to be ourselves, like I am doing right now. Having a lot of fun with you guys in our fort doing story time. Who doesn't love a good story? Moving on to our next one, moving into the Disney's 5-minute girl power stories, but the stories are good anyways, minus the title. We are going to do, where did we leave off? Oh, this is where we left off. Moana. A day with Moana. The morning sun rose high over Montanui as Moana, and I'm probably saying that wrong, headed through the village. Good morning, Moana said, approaching 2 women with baskets of food. How are things? Hi, Moana. It's a fine day, but we're low on sugarcane and won't have enough for what we're making. I can help, Moana volunteered. I'll gather some more for you. There she is. Let's see if you guys can see that. There we go. Can we come too? A girl named Fateo asked Moana. We love exploring. Yes, but we all have to stick together. The island is big, and I don't want anyone to get lost. But if something does happen, just stay where you are and wait for me to come find you, Moana said. We promise, the children said. They were so excited to spend the day with Moana. Moana and the children set off towards the forest. I love sugarcane, a girl named Messina said. Moana and the children talked about how many things they could use sugarcane for. I just like to eat it all by itself, a boy named Toa said. Or Toy, I don't know how to say it. I'm butchering these names, but I'm trying. The forest is full of giant trees, colorful plants, and rocks and boulders of all sizes. Without any clear paths to walk along, it was obvious why Moana had told them to stick together. Moana looked for visual signs to help her find her way. See the rock over there that looks like a little poi? I don't know, Moana said. The kids loved, yes, poi, and could picture him as if he were right there. Moana pulled aside some thick green vines, revealing a large grove of coconut trees. Can we stop for a snack? One of the kids said. That's just what I was thinking, Moana replied. And all the kids scrambled up the tree. They picked the ripest fruits and then tossed them down. After they broke open the coconuts against the rock, they devoured the white meat and drank all the sweet water inside. It was a refreshing break. Who does that? I used to, anytime we'd get coconuts, I'd get my dad to, and he would just take a hammer and a nail and he'd poke a hole in it, and then I could drink the coconut juice straight from the coconut. It was always fun. It was a clean nail. Just like drinking out of the hoses when we were younger. They were clean hoses. See them breaking it on there? The juice. Losing the juice. You don't want to lose that. That's some of the best stuff. Do you have time for a game? The boy asked. Since they'd reached the coconut grove sooner than Moana had expected, she figured a quick game wouldn't hurt. How about a round of hide-and-seek, she asked. Yes, the children exclaimed. They scattered in every direction, but they stayed close by. But stay close by, Moana called after them. She shut her eyes and began to count. Oof. While he was looking for a place to hide, one of the boys saw a colorful bird that he had never seen before. He began to follow the bird. Time's up, Moana yelled. She opened her eyes and began to look for the children. In a matter of minutes, Moana found the three of the girls. That meant that there was only the one boy left. But no matter where she looked, Moana couldn't find him. Good job, Toe. You found the best hiding spot. You can come out now, Moana. When he didn't appear, Moana was worried he was lost. Meanwhile, Toe had followed the colorful bird all the way back to its nest. He turned around to show his friends, but realized he was all alone. He started to worry, but remembered what Moana had said earlier. He sat down and waited for her to find him. Good, he listened. Moana and the other children went back through the vines towards the po-shaped rock, and it was there that Moana noticed some bright blue feathers. Maybe he went up this way, she said. See, she saw the feathers on the ground here. Ground. She's using her detective skills. They picked up the feathers and continued walking. Not far away, they came upon another clearing, and there was someone familiar sitting on a rock. "Tao!" one of the girls cried as Moana hugged him. They were relieved to see he was safe and sound. "I'm sorry," he said. "I didn't mean to go off that far. I was following that bird, and then I ended up here." And he pointed to the nest in the tree hollow. Moana looked up to see the bird with several baby chicks Toa had stumbled upon a mother bird as she was returning to her family. "Well, it looks like everyone is back together again," Moana said, smiling. "See the bird up there with her babies in the nest?" "Look over here," directed one of the girls. "That's the tallest grass I've ever seen," added another. Moana followed the girls and couldn't believe her eyes. Thanks to their unexpected detour, they had found a shortcut to a sugarcane field. "This is exactly what we're looking for," Moana cheered. She broke off pieces of the sugarcane stalks and passed them to the children, who arranged them in piles. After gathering as much as their arms could carry, it was time to head home. Look at that haul. You sure got a lot in there, eh? Did you guys know that that's what sugar looks like before it gets to you? There's something to Google later. Where does sugar come from? "Before we go," Moana said, "let's create a sign to mark this new shortcut." They carved an outline of the bird into the ground with sticks. Finally, they stuck blue feathers in it they had collected from the ground next to their new landmark. It was the perfect way to end their afternoon. Soon Moana and the children arrived back at the village. Moana gave the basket of sugar cane to the women, who were delighted to see the bright, juicy stalks. "Thank you, Moana," one woman exclaimed. "These are wonderful." "It was our pleasure," Moana replied. As they said goodbye, Moana gave each child a hongai, pressing her nose against theirs. "When I grow up, I want to be just like you," Toe said. Moana was touched. As Grandma Tala says, "Ooh, that's my cat's name, Tala," says, "you can be whatever your heart tells you." Moana smiled all the way home. Her heart felt full, as full as the basket of sugar cane. Aw. Yeah, I have a cat named Tala. That's cool. I'm going to have to look up what that means, because I know what it means, because we got our cat from Sioux Nation, and Tala in Sioux means wolf, even though she's not a wolf. It's a beautiful name. So that was a 5-minute girl power story, which brings us, unfortunately, my friends, to our last book, which is so sad. But this one is from the Rainbow Collection, and it was provided to me by my good friends at the Okotoks Public Library, my librarian friend Lara. And it's called Jacob's New Dress by Sarah and Ian Hoffman, illustrated by Chris Case. See? Okotoks. That's where I live. Jacob's New Dress. Monkey bars. Jacob ran to join Emily in the dress-up corner. Running. Who doesn't love to dress up? Once we get these regular story times back with Reading with Royalty, we can do dress up again. I mean, I do dress up, and hopefully you guys dress up too. If you're not, you should be, because who doesn't love it? Emily slid into shiny yellow dress while Jacob wriggled into a sparkly pink dress. They both reached for the crown, but Jacob got there first. "I'll be the princess," he said. Christopher frowned. "Jacob, why do you always wear the girls' clothes? Put on a knight armor. That's what a boy wears." "Christopher, stop telling us what to do," said Emily. "Yeah, Christopher. Back off." Mrs. Wilson heard the hubbub. "What's going on, kids?" Jacob's wearing girls' clothes, complained Christopher. The dress-up corner is where we come to use our imaginations, Mrs. Wilson said. You can be a dinosaur, a princess, a farmer, anything. Christopher, what do you want to be? A boy, Christopher said, or scowled. Mrs. Wilson smiled. Jacob, you try it. What new thing could you imagine being? A firefighter? A policeman? Mrs. Wilson, Jacob said proudly, I'm the princess. How was school today? Mum asked, studying Jacob's face. Fun? Christopher says boys can't wear dresses, said Jacob. Can they? Of course they can. Mum hugged Jacob. Why don't you get the dress you wore on Halloween and play in that? Mum's cool. Jacob pulled on his witch's dress and twirled. He loved the way the black lace swirled around him. I want to wear my dress to school. Jacob's mom frowned. I don't think so, she said. That's for dress up at home. It would get dirty at school. Then can I get a regular dress? A dress I can wear to school? Mum was quiet. Let me think about that, she said. Mum seems pretty cool to me. I'm pretty happy with Mum so far. She's thinking. Jacob wondered what to play next. Pirate? Princess? Bird? Heaping 3 towels onto the floor, Jacob made a nest. Then he wrapped another towel around himself for feathers. Snug and warm, he imagined what a school dress would look like. The next morning, Jacob stood on the stairs, wrapped in a giant bath towel. What are you wearing? Asked Mum. It's like a dress, but I can get it dirty, Jacob said, pointing to the towel. I made it. Dad frowned. You can't go to school like that. Put on some shorts and a shirt under that dress thing, Mum said. And hurry, we're late for school. Ooh, I think he looks like a beautiful... I like that dress. Off the shoulder. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, very nice. What's that? Demanded Christopher. Jacob moved closer to his mum. Good morning, Christopher, said Jacob's mum. Jacob's wearing something he invented. Isn't it nice? Christopher didn't answer. I want a dress like that, cried Emily. Where did you get it? It's not a dress, said Jacob, glancing up at his mum. It's a dress thing. Jacob saw Emily smile and grin back. I can make you one. I am not a dress person, nor am I a dress thing person. So far. I think I've worn maybe 4 or 5 in my life. The playground was full of laughter and running feet as the children played tag. Christopher sneaked up and yanked off Jacob's towel and ran away, whooping. Christopher is mean, hissed Emily. Jacob watched Christopher wave the towel like he had captured a flag and started to cry. Oh, Christopher. He's not a nice boy at the moment. But that's okay. He can learn. How was school today? Mum asked. Christopher stole my dress thing, said Jacob, and the tears flooded back. Mum hugged Jacob. I'm sorry. Christopher's not always a good friend. Mom, whispered Jacob, can you help me make a real dress? Mum didn't answer. The longer she didn't answer, the less Jacob could breathe. Thumbs up to you too, Mrs. Musician Crowd. Share far and wide. Storytime, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays and Sundays, 3 p.m. live on Instagram and Facebook. Right now we're reading Jacob's new dress. Let's get the sewing machine, she said finally. Jacob felt the air fill his body. He grinned. Mom smiled back. There are all sorts of ways to be a boy, she said. Right? All sorts. All sorts of ways to be human. Dad looked up from his book. Mom and I made a dress, said Jacob quietly. Dad studied the dress. Jacob started to get that can't breathe feeling again. I can see you worked hard on that dress, said Dad. Are you sure you want to wear it to school? Jacob nodded. Dad nodded back and smiled. Well, it's not what you wear. It's not what I would wear, but you'll look great. Dad's cool too. Jacob skipped up to the front of the school. He found Emily inside and showed her his dress, his new dress. They found matching colors in their clothes and laughed. Purple and white. Do you want to play dress up? Asked Emily. No, monkey bars. Together they ran out to the playground in their dresses. See? It's cool. They're on the monkey bars there. I'm more of a slide person myself. Oh, there we go. There's a slide there. We got tetherball. We got, oh, I like the merry-go-round too. I can't stay on that one very long though. And then they got the, like, jungle gym, but it's more like a dome. Triangle dome. I don't know if they still make those, but anybody around my age will remember those. Toga. Yeah, it does look like a toga a little bit. That's right. My mom and I made this dress, Jacob said proudly at circle time. We used her sewing machine. That's wonderful, said Mrs. Wilson. Was the sewing machine hard to use? Why does Jacob wear dresses? Interrupted Christopher. Mrs. Wilson paused. I think Jacob wears what he's comfortable in, just like you do. Not very long ago, little girls couldn't wear pants. Can you imagine that? Christopher shook his head. I asked my dad, and he said boys don't wear dresses. Jacob rubbed the hem of his dress, looking at the little stitches he had sewn himself. He could hear Mrs. Wilson and the other kids talking, but their words sounded far away. On the playground, Christopher yelled, Let's play tag! Boys versus girls! Jacob, you're on the girls' team! A bunch of the kids laughed. Jacob felt his dress surrounding him like armor. Soft, cottony magic armor. Soft, cottony magic armor. Christopher, I made this dress. I'm proud of it, and I'm going to wear it. And you know what else? Jacob tagged Christopher. You're it. Jacob sprinted across the playground, his dress spreading out like wings. Good attitude, Jacob. Don't feed the beast. The end. Wow, that's really great. I'll read you what it has at the back. There's no pictures or anything, but this is just a nice little note for the parents. When our son Sam was a preschooler, he had long hair, wore dresses, and loved the color pink. Sam also liked traditional boy things like knights, castles, and dinosaurs. Clinically, children like Sam are called gender non-conforming. We like to call him Pink Boy, the male equivalent of Tomboy. Oh, I didn't know that. Learned something new. We didn't think that there was anything wrong with being called a pink boy, but we knew Sam was different, and different isn't always easy. For Sam's sake, we worked hard to educate ourselves about non-gender conforming children. Gender expression is an important part of every person's identity, and it is inborn, not something we choose. Gender non-conforming children are often teased and stigmatized for their differences, and research shows that their stress levels are higher than those of gender-normative kids. Studies also show that support and acceptance from family, peers, and community make a huge difference in the future health and mental health of these kids. There is still a lot we don't know, like why some kids are gender non-conforming. We don't know why. We don't know whether or not a particular child will grow out of it. It's not possible to know whether a gender non-conforming child will grow up to be gay, straight, bisexual, or transgender. Actually, we think it's early to know about this in any young child. Finding support for Sam and us has been essential. Jacob's new dress was born out of our commitment to help parents, families, teachers, and physicians stand behind all the differently gendered little people in their lives. Ian and Sarah Hoffman, the writers of the book. Great book, Jacob's New Dress. You can get it at your library. I want to thank you all for joining in today. Pop these back on once more. Yeah, the Jacob book is a good one. I like it too, Zach. There we go. Got my shades on. I'm ready to call it a day. I want to thank you all for tuning in with Storytime with Shane Onyou. See you back here tomorrow, 3 p.m. live on Instagram and Facebook. If you'd like to view the video again later, it will be posted at the latest midnight tonight on YouTube. All the other videos are up there. If you do not follow me on YouTube, you should. Please subscribe, smash the bell, hit the like buttons on some videos. Get me out there. If you'd like to show your appreciation in any way, be it monetary or otherwise, monetary, you can do etransfer, which is just through your bank. I had someone say they didn't know what etransfer was, but I don't know if it's not something they do down in the States. I'm not sure. But yeah, you can etransfer me. You can private message me if that doesn't work for you. If you can't do monetary, please share far and wide. Tag me. Get Storytime out there. Let's get this to as many kids as we can so that people can enjoy this in their living rooms for the foreseeable future, at least until we have some more information about when life will not return to normal, but return to something close to what we remember. Let's just say that. Close to, because we need to do a lot of changes. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. Storytime with Shane Onyou. Hope to see some of you back later on tonight, as it's Sexy Time with Shane, where we do Truth or Dare. And you can ask me anything, and I will answer truthfully. And I'll throw in a couple... Oh, they don't have eTransfer in the States. Okay, well, I'll have to start putting up PayPal. I'm not a big fan of PayPal, or I'll figure something out. But anyways, yeah. So for now, anyways, share far and wide, tag me, tell your friends, get people to follow me, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And we'll see you back here, same time, same place, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Peace out, folks. Thank you.